What's up, y'all? New day, new mercy, new grace, right? So let's just get into it. I always tell y'all I talk about me. If it feels like it fits for you, let it fit, right? So today's word, we're going to talk about struggle, right? Sounds scary. A lot of people talk about it, but let's just talk about the fact that a lot of times our attention, which is our power, go towards things that are maintaining the life we have. I say that a lot because for me, it's something I have to keep reminding myself. Every day I get up, I do things to maintain the current job, situation, life, apartment, car that I currently have, even though I have all these goals, dreams, and plans for something bigger. However, my day is constructed around maintain the life I have, which made me realize I'm not actually exerting much power towards where I want to go. Breathe. Let's take that in, right? So if you take a list of your entire day and you look at what you're going to do today, and if this is in the middle of your day, then look at what you did and what you have to do next. How much of that is going towards where you want to go in life versus how much is used to maintain the life you have? So even if you feel like you did a little bit, whether you exercise or you journal, you did something towards your future. However, if you did nothing but go to work, cook, clean, take a bath, or take care of the kids, you pretty much gave all your energy to creating, securing, and sculpting the life that you currently have, which means you gave no power to the life you're trying to create. And if it doesn't have power, how will it get there? Like, you have to give it some of your attention. You have to give it some of your power, right? So even a lot of people will look at their life and say, well, I'm overwhelmed with the kids. I'm overwhelmed with work. I'm just drained. I'm tired. I'm doing all of this. All the energy that I have already has somewhere to go. So I don't have much energy to do anything left. That's actually not true, because science has already told us you have enough energy being generated in your heart to drive a truck from here to the moon and back. You have enough energy being generated in your heart to light up the whole New York City. You have more power than you know. Just a lot of us don't understand where the power comes from or how to use it, let alone how to manipulate it. So if you think about it like this, you are connected to a divine source. You got here somehow and you're returning somewhere, right? So that divine source, as long as your heart is beating, you're still having power, flowing into you. It's up to you what you choose to do with it. It's kind of like a house. So if you take a house and the electrician goes in, they put all these wires in through the whole house. It's up to the person inside the house to determine how the power will be used. So whether they choose to watch YouTube or scroll through social media or charge their phone, charge their adult toys, whether they choose to play a game, microwave food, wash clothes, or turn on the AC. That's what they choose to do with their power. You have power over your power. It's called willpower. There's your power, then there's willpower, which tells you how you're using your power. That homeowner can do whatever they want to do with their power. Now, if for whatever reason they unplug their phone from that source of power, the power doesn't necessarily die and doesn't diminish. It just retracts back to where it came from. Like you and I. Once we cease to exist, we return back to where we came from, right? The power doesn't die. So if you think about a house, if for whatever reason this house just ceased to exist, right? The power, the wires may burn out, but the power returns back to where it went. You turn off the AC, the washer, the dryer, the microwave, the TV, whatever you turn off, the power goes back. The house may cease to exist, but the power is still there. That's how your power works. So someone's going to say, I feel more like a drained battery. And I get that. I feel like that most of the time too. However, a battery is like someone else manipulated the power and put it inside this container for you to use. We have batteries. We benefit from them, but they're not sufficient for long life, right? So that's kind of like anger or pain. A lot of people find power in their anger and pain. However, it's not suffice for your whole life, right? It may get stuff done here and there, but it's not going to get it done efficiently to the way where it lasts or in a place that brings you actual peace. So you have to figure out, do you want short-lived power from a battery, or do you want the real thing from source to keep you going in a clean, fresh, happy, peaceful way, right? So back to our term struggle. Struggle is just telling us that we are either focused on where we're going and we're fighting against it, or we don't know where we're going and we're just doing something to do something. So if you're struggling, you need to find a point of attention so that way you can know how to maneuver through whatever you're facing. If you're facing something and it's a tussle, like you're tugging at it, slow down, stop, breathe, look at it, write it down. Why am I struggling with this? Why does it feel like a struggle? Let's say you're looking at bills, right? And if you believe in source, you know all things is given. If you believe in God, you know all things are given. Whichever entity you believe in, you know all things are given. It's already yours. Count it all joy, right? So if you're looking at a bill and you feel lack, it feels like a struggle because you and your source are not on the same page about that bill. You see lack, they see you using your willpower to see lack, which is why they say the people perish for a lack of knowledge. We choose not to understand and choose to live this life wildly and figure it out on our own. Some people figure it out through different books they read. Some people figure it out through experience. But a lot of us are just out here freeballing it, if you will, right? So if you look at a bill, you look at a relationship, you look at your health. If it feels like a struggle, that means you and your source do not feel the same way about the subject that you're looking at. That's why it's a struggle. So what do? Take your power back, which is your focus of attention, your perspective of that subject. Pull it back and change. Go within and ask yourself, your source, what do they say about that subject? And if you have to read a book, read a Bible. And if you don't want to read a Bible, you have many other authors out there, from Wayne Dyer to Abraham Hicks, Napoleon Hill, Neville Goddard. You have so many different authors and newer ones, but I prefer the old school. That's why I named all the old school. But they have newer ones who can help you. You're not going to get there just looking at it the same way you look at it, because how you look at it now is brought you to where you are now. So clearly, we need to change the way we look at it, right? So that's a lot of information for one video, and I'm pretty sure someone's like, no, finish your thought. But we're over 5 minutes, and you know, as I said, starting out, we're going to try to keep it short. So I'm going to follow up this thought some more on TikTok, of course, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the rest of this thought, right? I'll let y'all be easy.